This question is a piecewise function. F of x is 4x minus 2 if x is less than -2. It's x squared if x is greater than or equal to -2 but less than 5. And it's 6 minus x if x is greater than 5. Check to make sure that this satisfies the conditions of the vertical line test. Notice there's no overlap of these intervals. For example, if this went x less than 2 instead of x less than -2, it would not be a function because we'd have two different answers between -2 and +2. You can't have two answers for the same question. That violates the requirements of the vertical line test. So I want f of -3, which means when x is -3, what is y? So to answer that question, we're going to determine what is y. Which branch are we on? If x is -3, x is less than -2, we're on the first branch. So f of -3 requires me to plug it into the first branch, which is 4x minus 2. 4 times something minus 2. 4 times -3 minus 2, which is -12 minus 2, which is -14. Next up we have, what is f of 4? So which branch am I on now? More than or equal to -2 but less than 5, I'm on the second branch. So it's got to be something squared. It's x squared. So f of x is x squared, so f of 4 is 4 squared, which gives me 16. Finally, we ask the question, solve f of x equals 5. Which means when y is 5, what is x? So it's not f of 5. F of 5 would be what? Well, the way I have this defined, I don't have a value defined at 5. Do I need to change that? Nope. I have a hole at 5 on both sides. So that's fine. That'll work for us. But if y is 5, what is the x value? So basically replacing 5 with f of x. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say 5 equals what? 4x minus 2 if x is less than -2. Might that work? X squared if we have -2 less equal x less 5. 6 minus x if x is bigger than 5. Well, let's find out. If I let 5 equal 4x minus 2, does that give me a reasonable answer? 5 is 4x minus 2. No, that's only true when x is less than -2. So if I add 2 to both sides, I get 7 equals 4x. Dividing by 4, I get 7/4 is x. So I can use that if x is less than -2. Is 7/4 less than -2? No, so that's not correct. How about my next one? I have 5 equals x squared. Now this is only true if x is more than or equal to -2 but less than 5. Well, if that's the case, what do I get? I get plus or minus the square root of 5 equals x. Now approximately, the square root of 5 is approximately 2.236. So x is approximately plus or minus 2.236. Negative 2.236 not in the interval, but positive 2.236 is. So therefore, x could equal positive square root of 5. That is in the interval. But the negative 2.236 not in the interval, so that rule doesn't hold. And finally, I have 5 equals 6 minus x. This rule only holds if x is bigger than 5. Well, how am I going to answer this? Maybe I will subtract 6 from both sides. What does that give me? 5 minus 6, -1 is -x. Multiply both sides by -1 and I get 1 equals x. Of course, 6 minus 1 is 5. But is that in my interval where x is larger than 5? No, it's not. So my only solution to this is x equals the square root of 5. Now I'd like to see this. So let's see if we can draw this piecewise function on Desmos and identify our previous answers. So the first part is I want y equals 4x minus 2, but only when x is less than negative 2. Next one, we want to have y equals x squared. That's only true when negative 2 less equal x less 5. And then we want 6 minus x when x is greater than 5. I'm not sure what's going on with this first one. It's way down there, way down there. So we can identify how that's behaving. So the first question we asked for was f of negative 3. F of negative 3. And maybe I can adjust this so I have a lot of y and not a whole lot of x. So let's try it this way. And then I'm going to just make the y's a whole lot bigger, like negative 20. Okay. So the first thing we asked for was f of negative 3. So f of negative 3 would be down here. Where does that land? F of negative 3 is negative 14, and that's what we said. And the second thing we asked for was f of 4, which again is going to be here. Plug in 4. F of 4 is there. And where is that going? At 16, that's correct. But we want an f of x equals 5. So where does f of x equal 5? The only piece that it intersects, not the first piece, less than negative 2, not the last piece, more than 5. The only place this function intersects 5 is here, which we said was about 2.236. Yes, square root of 2. So indeed, that is the only, square root of 5. Square root of 5, 2.236 is the only answer I have to the equation f of x equals 5.